You have been taught that the harder you work, the more you will have. You have been lied to. The world operates on the sweat of the brow, but the kingdom operates on the alignment of the spirit. You are exhausted because you are trying to fund a divine destiny with human effort. This is the efficiency trap. In the world system, you trade hours for dollars. In the sovereign path, you trade obedience for outcomes. Look at the life of Peter. He was a professional, a man of skill, a man of sweat. He fished all night and caught nothing. His effort was high, but his result was zero. Why? Because the fish didn't belong to the net. They belonged to the voice. Most of you are fishing all night in your careers, your businesses, and your ministries, and you are coming back with empty nets. You are frustrated because you think the problem is your technique, but the problem is your frequency. You are working in a system that is designed to drain you, not to fill you. True wealth is not a reward for your labor. It is a byproduct of your position. When you are positioned correctly under the king, the resources don't require your sweat, they require your command. Stop pridefully relying on your own strength. Your strength has a limit. The king's sovereignty has none. You are not a slave to the grind. You are an heir to the throne. But an heir who thinks like a slave will always live in lack. It is time to stop sweating and start reigning. The atmosphere is shifting, and the night of empty nets is coming to an end. But you must be willing to change the way you trade. Are you ready to stop being a worker and start being a son? Stop. Look at the screen right now. If you have watched this far and you are not subscribed, you are missing the very frequency you need to break your chains. We are not just making videos. We are building a sovereign army. If you choose to remain a spectator, you choose to remain in the struggle. Subscribe to the sovereign path immediately. Do not let your pride or your laziness cost you another year of empty nets. Join us, or stay behind in the system that is currently failing you. The choice is yours, but the time is now. In the kingdom, provision is attracted, not chased. This is the law of resonance. Everything in the universe has a frequency, and lack has a very specific sound. When you speak words of worry, when you act out of desperation, you are vibrating at the frequency of the world. And the world can only give you what it has: temporary fixes and permanent stress. But when you align with the sovereign path, you begin to resonate with the throne. The throne does not know recession. The throne does not know scarcity. When you are in resonance with the king, opportunities begin to find you. People you didn't know start to mention your name in rooms you haven't entered yet. This isn't luck, it's spiritual physics. You have been chasing money, but money is a spirit that flees from those who worship it. When you worship the king, the spirit of provision is forced to serve you. You must audit your inner sound. What is the soundtrack of your soul? Is it the grind, or is it grace? Grace is the unmerited flow of the king's resources into your life. You cannot earn grace, but you can certainly block it with your self-reliance. The king is looking for a heart that resonates with his decree. When he finds it, he pours out a blessing that you won't have room to contain. You are being retuned in this wilderness. The static of the world is being removed so that the music of the kingdom can play through your life. Listen, the sound of abundance is rising. The world tells you to go to the marketplace to get what you need. The king tells you to go to the altar. The altar is where the exchange happens. At the altar, you surrender your small and receive his infinite. Most people fail because they try to negotiate with the marketplace before they have made an agreement at the altar. Your success is decided in the secret place before it is manifested in the public place. If you haven't won the battle in prayer, you will never win the battle in the boardroom. The altar is the place of sovereign exchange. It is where your poverty is traded for his riches, and your weakness is traded for his strength. But the altar requires a sacrifice, not of animals, but of yourself. You must lay down your plans, your timing, and your control. Many of you are holding onto your plans so tightly that God cannot put his plans in your hands. You are afraid that if you let go, you will lose. But on the sovereign path, losing your life is the only way to find it. The marketplace is a reflection of your altar. If your altar is cold, your business will be cold. If your altar is on fire, the marketplace will have to pay attention to you. Stop trying to fix the reflection and start fixing the source. Build the altar, and the king will build the empire. The fire is waiting for the wood. What are you willing to lay down today to see the fire of the king consume your lack? The gates of the old system are closing behind you. You have been given the secret of the kingdom currency. Now, you must act. If you felt the weight of this truth, type RAIN in the comments to seal this word. And if you still haven't subscribed, ask yourself, why are you protecting your struggle? Break free, hit the subscribe button, join the sovereign path, and walk into your dominion. The night is over. The king has spoken. Amen. In the kingdom of the sovereign, you do not eat your future. You plant it. This is the mystery of the seed. Every resource that comes into your hands has two parts: bread for your stomach and seed for your destiny. Most people remain in lack because they consume their seed. They are so focused on surviving today that they bankrupt their tomorrow. But on the sovereign path, we understand that a seed held in hand is just a grain, but a seed placed in the king's hand is a forest. You must develop the discipline of the planter. The seed represents your faith in action. It is the tangible evidence that you trust the king's soil more than your own storage. When you release what is in your hand, the king releases what is in his heart. This is not a transaction of greed, it is a covenant of trust. The world mocks the planter because the world only believes in what it can see right now. But the planter knows that under the surface, the king is working. The desert doesn't produce harvests, the king's favor does. Your seed is the weapon that breaks the back of the famine. It is the silent decree that you are no longer a victim of the economy, but a participant in the kingdom. Do not look at the size of your seed. Look at the size of the one who gives the increase. Even a mustard seed, when placed in sovereign soil, can move mountains and build empires. Stop eating your future. Start planting your legacy. The harvest is not a miracle of luck. It is a mathematical certainty of the spirit. The soil is ready. Where is your seed? Promotion in the kingdom is not based on your talent, but on your rank of faithfulness. The king does not give more to those who are great. He gives more to those who are reliable. You are asking for a city when you haven't even mastered the street where you live. This is the protocol of the small. If the king cannot trust you with a little that you find insignificant, he will never trust you with the much that you find essential. Many of you are waiting for a big break, but the king is waiting for a consistent heart. Rank is earned in the hidden moments. It is earned when you work as if you are working for the king himself, even when the boss isn't looking. It is earned when you honor your word even when it hurts. In the sovereign path, integrity is the currency of promotion. You cannot bribe the king, and you cannot skip the process. The wilderness was the place where your rank was tested. Every complaint in the desert lowered your rank. Every act of praise in the middle of the pain raised it. The king is looking for commanders, not just consumers. He is looking for those who can carry the weight of authority without being crushed by the weight of their own ego. Your current position is a test. If you are faithful in the small, the king is legally bound by his own word to make you ruler over much. Stop looking for a shortcut. Start looking for a way to be more faithful. Your promotion is already signed in the heavens. It is waiting for your character to catch up to your calling. There is a level of provision that doesn't just trickle into your life, it lays siege to it. This is the siege of abundance. It is when the windows of heaven are opened so wide that you don't have enough containers to hold the flow. But this level of blessing is not for the selfish, it is for the strategic. The king does not pour into a closed vessel. He pours through a channel. If you want to experience the siege, you must become a distribution center for the kingdom. Most of you are praying for a blessing that you intend to keep for yourself. The king is looking for a pipeline. When you decide that your life is a vehicle for his glory, he will ensure that the vehicle is always fueled with the highest grade of resources. The siege of abundance is a spiritual takeover of your finances, your health, and your mind. It is where the devourer is not just pushed back, but completely eliminated from your territory. You are being prepared for a wealth that is beyond your imagination. But you must first have a purpose that is beyond your self-interest. The king does not fund monuments to men. He funds movements for the kingdom. Align your why with his will, and you will watch the resources of the world migrate toward your hands. The wealth of the wicked is being stored up for the righteous, but the righteous must be ready to manage it. Are you a bucket or a river? The siege is coming, but only the rivers will survive the overflow. Listen to me. This is the moment of decision. You have felt the fire in these words because your spirit recognizes the truth. You were not born to struggle. You were born to dominate, but you cannot dominate alone. If you haven't subscribed yet, you are still trying to fight the battle with your own strength. Stop. Hit the subscribe button and join the sovereign path right now. This is your final warning before the gates of this revelation close. You need this community. You need this frequency. Subscribe and type "I am ready" in the comments to join the ranks of the sovereign. Do not walk away from the king's table to go back to the world's crumbs. Make the move now. As we conclude this transmission, remember that the words you have heard are not suggestions, they are decrees. You are now leaving the realm of effort and entering the realm of authority. You are a son of the Most High, a citizen of the sovereign kingdom, and an heir to the riches of the Father. From this moment on, you do not beg, you decree, you do not chase, you attract. The systems of the world no longer have a claim on your life. The poverty spirit is evicted. The empty nets are filled. The dry rocks are gushing with water. You are the manifestation of the king's favor on the earth. Walk with your head high. Speak with the weight of the word. Act with the confidence of the crown. The sovereign path is not a journey to find God. It is a journey to find who you are in Him. You are the light that the darkness cannot comprehend. You are the salt that gives the earth its flavor. You are the king's representative in your family, your business, and your city. The currency of the kingdom is now in your hands. Use it wisely. Use it boldly. Use it for the king. We are moving toward a glory that the world has never seen, and you are part of the remnant.